Hello folks. So about the noise, that's a projector fan. It's very noisy for a tiny little box, it really is. Anyway, so yes, what was on my mind just now was about the fact that if you're in church for a reason. You know, God, if you understand that God wants you in that church, put it this way, if God doesn't want you in that church, leave and wait until God guides you to a church, and then you know God wants you in that church. So if you think God wants you in that church, then there's a reason. So what's the reason for you being in that church? Because if you don't know the reason, then you can't do what God wants you to do. You know, to receive or give. What's the point of it? You being there to receive from them or give to them or both. If you understand, then you know what the point is, and and you can do it. So, yeah, there is a point for you being in the church you're in. Obviously. The next thing on my mind was about serving. And it was about the fact that, as I said before, you can serve God, you can serve the devil. But the devil is the world. And also the devil, basically, if you're serving people, that's the same as serving the devil. You can serve the church, and that's basically the same as serving the devil. How? Well, because if you're not serving God, completely serving God, you're serving the devil. It doesn't matter what you think you're serving. You can serve God or the devil. So you can't really serve the church. No. But a lot of people think they're serving the church. Or serving God by serving the church. No. If you're serving the church, you're serving the devil, not God. Because you have to listen to God to serve Him. Because when He says do that, and you say okay, and you do that, then you're serving God. But you have to listen first and know how to listen. And do people in the church know how to listen? No. Well, not at all. Because they think if they're making tea or doing the worship things, then they're serving the church and serving God by doing that. No, they're not. No, they're not at all. Well, so I found that out in so many of the churches I've been in. So the church I was in 2002. So that pastor was actually not supposed to be a pastor at all. And him and his wife were doing the worship thing. And oh my God, it was absolutely... Oh. Bad. Yeah. I've spoken about them before. Yeah. Well, about a year ago. Yeah, indeed. Well, his wife, when she was singing, oh my God. Her voice was too high. Way too high. Yeah. Absolutely dodgy. As I said about the other church, Yeah, the pastor there, he thought he was a worship person as well. Nope. He was making it worse. Every time. Making it worse. It was about his ego, really, more than anything else. Well, maybe he thought, yeah, he was good. Well, like most people, yeah. A lot of people think they can sing or play something. Yeah, can they? Really? Really? Uh-huh. Well, that's the point. But also, as I said, yeah, did God say do that? Yeah. If not, don't do it. Because, as I said, you're not serving God by doing that. If God didn't say do it, you're not serving God at all. Who are you serving, really? It's not God, is it? People have got to understand. I mean, as I say, if you think that you're, because you're serving the church, you're serving God, then, but as I said before, and I'll probably have to say again, those churchgoers who do good at serving the church, when they die, they're going to go to hell. Because they do not have a relationship with God. They don't care about a relationship with God. What they care about is serving the church. They don't care about serving God in any way, shape or form. Well, that's because they've not been taught to understand and to correct that. They've not been taught that just by doing that, it doesn't mean that they're serving God. And if they're not serving God, there's no fruit. If there's no fruit, then that's not good. When you die, you could go to hell. Because there's no fruit, because you're not serving God. You're serving the church. And if they go to hell, the demons will love that. Yeah. And for those people, my God. Oof. Yeah. The torture for those people would be basically demons saying to them, you're in church. You're in church all the time, so you were so close to going to heaven. Yeah, but you didn't know, did you? You didn't know. You were serving the church, not serving God. That's what the demons will be saying to those people. And that's enough of to hurt those people in hell. Yeah, that's enough. You don't need to do anything else to those people, because they know. They will know. They will know, and they'll be cursing the pastors, won't they? From hell, they're going to be cursing the pastors who didn't teach them, who didn't care enough to teach them properly, because the pastors only care about, don't say something that could be dodgy, and people won't like you. Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Yeah. Don't say all the truth. Yeah. If you offend someone, you can't do that. It's better for that person to go to hell. Is it? Really? It's much, much, much better for that person to have a good life here and go to hell than basically be offended by truth. But it's not though, is it really? Certainly not for those people. For one person for that to happen to, that's really, really bad. Terrible. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh. And obviously, you can't swear. It's better to not say anything if you're going to swear than tell the truth and swear. Yeah. Again, really? Do you really think that God cares about someone swearing more than God cares about, someone going to hell? Yeah. I've tried to say that before, but I've tried to say it, So this time I'm telling it a different way. So hopefully someone will hear it and say, oh yeah, that's true. Certainly the people in church, they need to hear this and think, really, who am I serving, and what's the point of being in church and serving at a church if you go to hell? So we need truth and we need God. We don't need pastors protecting us. We need God. And we need God protecting us, not pastors. Or anyone, or teachers, or anyone. We don't need any person doing that. We need God to do that. Yeah. And it's a point, isn't it, really? So, I wish you well with that, and I do. I wish people well with that, because change needs to happen. If you want to see change, then you must change. There's change that needs to happen, and I wish people well with that. With making that change, making the changes that they need to make. Yeah. Are those changes going to happen? I don't know. That is up to you. Truthfully, that is up to you. Yeah. If you want to see those changes in your life or in your church, then make the changes. Make the changes, you'll see the changes in your life and your church. If you don't make the changes, you won't see the changes. And that's dodgy. So there you go. I wish you well, and yes, have a good night and a good day tomorrow on Sunday. Hopefully your church will be good for you tomorrow. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully God will talk to you in your church. That's the point, isn't it? That's what we need. So I'll speak to you later. God bless. Have a good night and tomorrow. Bye bye.